Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In the previous video we have discussed about the American Revolution, or we can say American War of Independence. Now we will talk about the another revolution, and it is famously known as French Revolution. But before we start the topic, you must know about the society of France at that time. In 1774, Louis XVI of Bourbon family, he became the king of France, and he was only 20 years old at the time and was married to an Austrian princess Marie Antoinette. Now we will start with the causes. As I told you that Louis XVI of Bourbon family was the king at that time, and we also know about his age that he was of 20 years only. He was not having the real idea about the life of the people of his country. At that time, France was divided into three distinct classes, or you can say three estates. The first estate was made up of the clergy. Clergy means the priest. Then second class was having the nobility people. The people, they were the absolute landlords and the higher class people of that society. Then third were the common people, in which the merchants, lawyers, teachers, peasants and artisans were there. The first two estates means the clergy and the nobility. They enjoyed all the facilities, privileges, luxuries. They own all the land before them. They didn't pay any tax, and that was the main thing, that they do not pay any tax. The third estate means the common people. They were heavily taxed, and the life of the people was very miserable. Whose life was miserable? Of the third class society, of third estate. As Louis XVI himself was living a life of luxury with full of facilities, he was having no idea about the life of the common people. So this was the first cause for the French Revolution. There were other causes. Because of the life of luxurious, means king was living a luxurious life, so the king Louis XVI, his treasury was empty, and all the expenses for maintaining the fort and the army was too much for him. Then the third cause, as we have studied in the American Revolution, that France helped with the 13 colonies of America to get the independence and helped in the war, which added the debt on France. They were in debt because they helped in war. Now the French people had to pay that debt. So what happened? They increased the taxes. As already you know, taxes was paid only by the third estate, by the third group, and that added to the plight of the common people. There were another cause also, like the French philosophers Rousseau, Voltaire, Montesquieu. They attacked, these philosophers attacked the church and the nobility in their writings. Rousseau wrote that subjects have the right to overthrow a king. Subject means the people. They have the right to overthrow the king who does not rule according to the general will. These philosophers were propagated the ideas of liberty, equality, fraternity. Liberty and equality, you would be knowing. Liberty means freedom, equality means all are born equal, and fraternity means brotherhood, feeling of brotherhood. So these philosophers gave the idea of liberty, equality and fraternity. These helped the French people to get the inspiration, and they revolted. And because of American Revolution also, people were inspired to overthrow the system of king and to get independence. So, all these were the causes for the French Revolution. In 1789, King Louis XVI summoned the statement to a state general to increase the taxes. The third estate, that is the common people, they declared themselves as the National Assembly and declared the independence of France. They declared that they will not be separated until a new constitution was framed, and this is known as Tennis Court Oath. Then some events happened. What happened? The fall of Bastille. Actually, what happened on July 14th, 1789? The people of Paris, they stormed the prison of Bastille. From there, they freed all the prisoners and they overthrew the monarchy, means the king rule. The incident became the symbol of the victory for the French people, and 14th July was observed as the national holiday in France. They celebrated that day as their Independence Day. What happened? King Louis and his queen, they were first imprisoned. They were put up in jail and later on they were put to death in 1793. There was a chaos for some time. There was disturbance for some time. Okay, among the people. The reign of terror began under the radical groups and it lasted to 1793 to 94, and during this period thousands of nobles, clergy and even innocent people were executed. They were killed, brutally killed. In 1795, France adopted the Declaration of the Rights of Men, in which it was declared that men are born free and equal, and a new constitution was framed. France became the republic with liberty, equality, and fraternity as their guiding principle. This is how they got their independence. They adopted democracy. Slaves were in French colonies were set free. Now, the next topic is about the Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte was a brilliant military general. He was born in Corsica in 1769. There he joined the Royal Artillery in the age of 16 only. After that, he never looked back. He was commander in chief of the French army. Their first council 1799 to 1801, and then in 1804 he became the emperor of the France. Imagine, his glorious era ended when he was defeated in the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. He was exiled to St. Helena and there he died in 1821. He was sent there to that island. The people of France had welcomed the Napoleon with open arms because they were tired of reign of terror and corruption of the Directory. They desired a stable and secure life. Now we will talk about his talents, his achievements. Napoleon's talents and achievements, it appealed to the people. He introduced his serious reforms, provided economic stability to France by setting up new industries. He promoted trade also. He established friendly relations with the church. He introduced a new code of civil laws, and those laws are known as Napoleonic Code. He made France a dominant force in Europe. Napoleon, he was the very ambitious person between 1805 to 1814. He plunged whole of Europe into a series of wars known as Napoleonic Wars. He brought about unification of Europe. Under Napoleon, numerous victories were won by France, especially against the Austria, Russia and Prussia. In 1805, he declared a war on Austrian forces and then entered Vienna as a victor. He then inflicted a crushing defeat on the combined armies of Austrian and Russian army. He was the master of vast empire which included the areas of Belgium, Italy, Spain, parts of Germany, Netherlands, etc. Napoleon's military campaigns were fired by one motive: defeat of England. He was defeated in the historic Battle of Trafalgar 1805 between Britain and France. After this, he made up his mind to defeat Britain. And during the time of Industrial Revolution, England was looking in for the markets. In 1806, when Napoleon's popularity was on the rise, he passed a law by which he forbade Europe to buy British goods. And this was called as the Continental System. Okay. Britain was hard hit. Europe was now dependent on French goods. Unfortunately, France did not have enough goods to fulfill the requirements of the whole Europe. As a result, what happened? Smuggling of British goods increased. Napoleon began to lose his popularity. In 1808, Napoleon, with a view to establish his domination over Portugal and Spain, it started with war with them. This war is known as Peninsular War. He was defeated in that war, and it was a great blow to his power and prestige. Then he made one more mistake. Napoleon's next mistake was the invasion of Russia in 1812. Napoleon's army, they could not withstand the bitter Russian winters. Thousands of French soldiers were killed by hunger and cold. It was the worst military defeat of Napoleon. Napoleon enemies, they all united against him. They attacked France from all the sides. Okay, that's how he was defeated in that battle. And after got defeated, he was exiled to St. Helena Island, and there he died.